What's up, rock stars? It's Rox coming to you today with the review for Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 3. So let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, so the show opens with this guy running top speed, trying to get away from some people. Turns out that this is Trash G. That's his name on the streets. And Neek is chasing after him because I'm assuming Unique is a little upset about, his drop getting busted a few days prior or a day prior or whatever. So now Neek got to get out here on these streets and find out what the fuck's going on, who done told his damn business. And he seems to believe that his friend Trash G had something to do with it. Now, they tie him to a chair, they torture him, beat him up and all of this, and the Trash is trying to tell him, like, I don't know anything about it. Like, come on, Neek, I'm your boy, I wouldn't do you like this, okay? That's not me. And Neek was like, yeah, you're right, it's not you, okay? But it's that damn crackhead you done turned into. So he feels like Trash G sold him out. Right when the man tells him, he wouldn't do that I love you, Neek. And then Neek turned around and put a bullet right through his head. Like, I love you too, and kind of looked like he a little shaken up about the fact that he just killed his childhood friend. But damn it, you can't fuck up Unique's business. So I guess this is a message. I was like, damn, Neek, it's like that? Oh yeah, Neek is on the warpath. Unique is with his boys. And like I said, Unique is pissed, right? All right. One of them got the nerve to say that it was Marcus, and it was the fact that Unique was, been talking to Marcus and all that. Well, no, nigga, why are you gonna say that? How you gonna blame the boss? Even if it might have been the boss's, it may have come because of what Marcus said, but still, So he get him all hemmed up against the wall. He was like, nigga, ain't got nothing to do with Marcus. He's like, I don't trust that nigga anyway. Nick thinks that it's the crackheads. His boys is like, we ain't gonna last. Like, we got enough drugs to maybe last the rest of this week, and then after that, we ain't gonna have nothing. So shit is bad. So Nick of course is panicking because Dean has decided that he gonna hold off on any shipments until we can get this shit clear. All right, and the block ain't so hot. So now Neek is not gonna have no drugs. They're like, yeah, we ain't gonna make it past a week. And he was just like, y'all stretch that shit out, okay? Stomp on it, whatever you gotta do. All right, put some talcum powder or whatever in it, and that's that. But make it happen. In the meantime, though, Neek is like, I know Rock is behind this. I can smell her fucking stink all over it. And he was just like, yeah, but he gonna get Rock, okay? And the only decision it's gonna be is whether he gonna shoot her in her damn body or if he gonna shoot her in her head. Now, we see Kanan. Kanan is at home, okay? It's evening. He looked like he cooking dinner for him. I'm assuming for his mama, okay? And then his mama come in the door and Symphony is with her, And so as soon as Kanan sees Symphony, oh, you know what, that done turned his stomach. He don't even, he irritated. And, as soon as Symphony sees that Kanan looks upset, can tell that he's been cooking and everything, Symphony was like, oh shoot, you cooked, okay, good, we gonna sit down, we all gonna enjoy food, everything as a family, everything looks so good, so Symphony is trying to be the most agreeable. When he can tell that Rock and Kanan got an issue here, Rock is kind of looking at Kanan sort of like, I'm sorry, and Kanan is just like irritated about this whole thing. They sit down to dinner, Symphony is like, this is so good, like, I'd pay money to have this. I was like, Symphony, don't overdo it. But Symphony is just trying to be, trying to get along with Kanan. And so Rock was just like, he's upset because he usually cooks for me, on this night. And Symphony was like, oh shit, that's my bad. Like, I took your mom to dinner. I didn't know anything about it. He's like, but now that I know, it'll never happen again. But that ain't enough for Kanan, because Kanan looks over at Rock and he was like, she knew, okay? Wouldn't expect you to know. All right, but my mama knew, and she still went to dinner with you anyway. So after dinner, they're cleaning the kitchen and everything, and it's just Rock and Kanan, and she was just like, look, I'm sorry about dinner, but I'm not gonna be running around here asking for forgiveness for hanging out with a dude that I like. And he was just like, well, I didn't hear you asking for no forgiveness anyway. She said, and that's right, you ain't gonna hear me asking, because I'm the mama. And then we do like how parents do, we be so mad, but we kind of be on the out, so that we got to figure out how we can get back on top. So she was just like, your teacher called from school the other day, and they said that your grades are slipping. Okay. now you the one in trouble, but now you gonna tell me how my grades is bad. And she was like, that's it. Okay, I'm about to move you out the safe house. Okay, you moving on. And he was just like, well, finally, I've been trying to tell you that I'm ready to be out on these streets. And she was just like, boy, this ain't no promotion. You fixing to go to school. I'm talking about most school on the weekend, school at night. Okay, we got you enrolled there. So you need to be thinking about them damn books and not what me and my man Symphony might be doing. Now jumping over to Fame. Fame is at the studio. I guess his sister, what's her name, Jessica. Jessica got Fame into the studio with old boy, the producer, Crown. You know, he's in the studio and he's doing his rap, but his rap is too goody and all that. So Crown, y'all, this side note, did not realize that was Quincy, I'll Be Sure's son. Child, had no idea. Okay, but then I was looking at him, I was like, oh, okay, I can see it now, but you guys had to tell me that last week. Anyway, you know, Crown is just like, yeah, that shit that you doing, like that ain't gonna sell, right? Don't nobody care about that shit that you talking about. We want to hear the real nitty gritty. We want to hear what's real happening on these streets. I know you got it in you. I need you to dig deep. I need you to write that shit out, and I need you to rap it. Okay, I'm gonna give you some time. Okay, you do what you got to do in there. Jessica's there with him, and so she's outside with Crown, and she tells him, like, listen, my brother can do whatever, you know, whatever it is that you want him to do. And he was just like, yeah, I mean, he got some talent and everything, but he gonna have to do better than this, because, you know, folks ain't really checking for that shit that he talking about. Okay, he says, but you know what, I got a showcase that's coming up, and you know, maybe Fame, if he get his shit together, you know, if we really work on some music that he can get out at least one song, you know, maybe he can perform in the showcase. All right, but we're gonna have to really work hard, and we're gonna have to work together, talking about him and Jessica. You know, we're gonna have to really work together, and I'm talking about real close. Okay, and while he's doing that, while they're talking, we see Lou. He's coming to bring a delivery. Obviously didn't know that Jessica was gonna be there, so he comes to the door and he looks through that door, and I was like, that Lou is fine. Child, I never thought he was so cute on Snowfall, but y'all, it's something about his scowl. Like, you know, y'all know Rocky I've always had like slight drug dealer girlfriend tendencies. And it's just something about that one there. I was just like, So anyway, he looking through the window and he see Jessica, and right when she hugs Crown, like, thank you so much for giving my brother this chance. You know, of course he don't like that shit. So he come inside, throw the drugs on the table. And then he was like, Jessica, can I talk to you outside for a second? So at least he got sense. He ain't fixing to wreck shit up and, you know, just bust a nigga in his head while he, because you know that Marvin, if it had been Marvin, it'd have been something totally different. So Lou at least has some restraint. So they go outside, and he was just like, you know, why are you even here? And she was just like, I'm trying to help my brother. And, you know, like how your sister's trying to help you, I'm trying to help my brother. Okay. But she was like, makes it clear, like, look, I told you what I felt, and I meant that, okay? I know for a fact that you have the talent to do this, all right? That I'm going to be in your corner, you know, 100%, that this is what you need to be doing, you know, and I'm not trying to push up on no damn Crown. Like, that is really not what we doing here, all right? And so she's pretty convincing, you know, and Lou appreciates, I guess, what she's told him. At least he, you know, doesn't seem like, you know, once she kind of talks him down, you know, she was just like, my brother's gonna make it, and so are you. All right, and I'm gonna be there for both of you guys. So she give him a hug, and she's like, so I'm gonna go back in there and I'm gonna help my brother. And he was just like, okay, bet, you know, gives her a hug and sends her on back in there. So I was like, okay, so far it looks like Jessica is on the up and up. And like I said, she gonna be a problem for Rock though, because she gonna stay in that brother in Lou's ear. I think there is some greatness in Lou that we gonna see. And it's gonna drive a wedge between Rock and Lou for sure. Let's jump over to Laverne. Laverne is over at the girlfriend's house. What's her name? Is it Kim? We gonna call her Kim. I feel like it's Kim, but maybe it's not. But anyway, she's over at the girlfriend's house, and they looking at the video that they made at the mall, and they, you know, playing around, horse playing and bumping and loud and shit. They actually even get close, like they about to kiss, and the mom was like, what is going on in there? You know, an announcement before she opened that damn door. And so they got enough time to get themselves back together, and the mom comes in there. She's just like, what are you guys doing to hear all this noise? And then she looks over at the TV and she sees that they did this video. And so she was just like, oh my God, is that you, Laverne? Oh my God, you have such a great voice. Okay. And then the father comes in there. Oh, what's going on in here? Oh, what is this? Okay. Oh, that's such great. You guys did so good, Laverne, your voices. Okay. So they're going on and on of how spectacular her voice is. And you know, how well they did on the video and all that, you know, your classic supportive corny parents, right? So when they walk out the room, you know, Kim was just like, I am so sorry about that. And Laverne was like, no, I actually think that's cool. I think that's cool that both your parents, you know, are here and supportive. You know, Laverne obviously doesn't have that, doesn't see that in her life. I guess the closest that she's gonna get to it is Rock. You know, so she likes that for, you know, with Kim. So that's one of the things she likes being with her for. And, you know, we see that them two, like I said, are falling in love, you know, kissing and whatnots. Speaking of Marvin, we see Marvin with his new boo, Tony. That's the white chick from the club. And of course, they having sex. And, you know, when they finish and she's just all post-coital and laughing and, you know, had a good time, you know, he get up like he leaving. And she was just like, oh, is this how you do? You just hit and quit? And he was just like, yeah, I mean, what you think? Like, this ain't nothing serious. There ain't nothing going on, you and me, you know. That's just how, you know. Oh, I'm sorry. She wanted to cuddle. That was the reason why he had to get up. He was just like, you know, you done said you done been with black people before, black men before, and you know black men don't cuddle. And he was dead serious. And she was just like, what? What do you mean they don't cuddle? And they don't cuddle. And now that you want to do that, now he got to go. And she was just like, so this is what we doing? And, you know, I just hate for it to end with, hate for us to end like that. He was like, us? Ain't no us. You know, basically, he just came over there, they had sex, and that's it, you know. And then he look over at the dog, and he see the dog looking hungry. When the last time the dog ate? She said she ran out of food yesterday. He was just like, the dog got to eat every day. Didn't you eat? So Marvin's like, I'm taking the damn dog. It's like, how you taking my dog, too? Okay? And he just fussing and going on. And I'm just, Marvin is crazy. I'm seeing with each episode that he's more and more touched. He was just like, I'm leaving. I'm taking the damn dog with me. She was just like, you are a fucking weirdo. Honey, we see Rock. Rock is out there preparing. She getting the empire together, right? She goes to check on the store that they're going to have their, you know, their merchandise, like they, you know, retailers, but they're going to have their shit there at the store. They done got the deadbolt locks on there and the door, and it's just gonna be like gonna take a damn army to get inside of this room, and I'm assuming that's where the drugs and the money is gonna be and all that. So they checking it out. She has Lou and Marvin come up there, and she tells them like, okay, this is where the new stash is gonna be. We gonna move all of the shit out the safe house and we gonna move it here. This is better, it's more private, it's not, you know, easily spotted, you know, this is just gonna be better for us. All right. And of course that damn store owner was just like, you know, how much money y'all gonna be, what y'all gonna be making off all of this? And they was like, nigga, you on a need to know basis. Like, ain't nobody telling you nothing. Okay. And he was like, I got a right, it's my store, this is my store. And Rock rolls up to him, she was like, baby, this is my store now. Okay. And don't you ever question me or what I'm doing again. I was just like, y'all that came in there and took over this man's shop. I guess probably that wife is probably happy. Like maybe that's going to take some of the heat off of her. After Rock leaves there, we see her go to this apartment housing place, and she's telling the landlord that she needs 2 apartments, one right on top of each other. You know, whatever she doing there, you know, ain't got to be none of his business. She gonna pay him real good. You know, and at first he kind of hemming and hawing like he don't want it and all, but you know, that money get to looking good to him. And you know what, he might have some opening apartments on the 7th floor. And she was just like, 7th and 8th, I need both floors, one on top of the other. She gives him the money, and he says he can make it happen. Now, let's jump over to Kanan. So Kanan is walking with his girl, Davina, now. I guess they a couple. You know, he done helped her and bought some diapers and some juice. And I guess now they, you know, together like that. So anyway, they're walking down the street. He telling her about Symphony and how he ain't really checking for old boy. And she was just like, I think it's really cute that your parent, you know, your mom is dating. And, you know, the mom, Davina don't see nothing wrong with it. She likes the fact that, you know, he still got a regular mom at the house and not the mom that she got. Her and her mom obviously don't have the best relationship. I mean, she's always watching the baby, and we suspect that the mama's on drugs, right? Remember when we saw her talking to the principal, she was looking borderline. So anyway, Kanan gotta go. So he gives her a kiss, and then he walks on off. Now, when he walks off, we see that Neek is actually watching with his boy from a car from afar. And so they pull up to Davina. When she sees him, she's just like, oh God, like, oh my God, who feel like dealing with, you know, Neek and him, the neighborhood drug dealer and all of that. So anyway, he's just like, hey girl, you know, basically didn't know that you was seeing Kanan. Ain't you supposed to be Buck20's girl, you know? And well, Buck20 ain't here no more. Anyway, he get out the car and she looking real uncomfortable, like she really want to run, but you know, you can't just run off when you talking to the neighborhood drug dealer. Okay, he wants your attention. So he basically is trying to make her feel bad for seeing Kanan in the first place, knowing that she's supposed to be Buck20's girl, but he kind of understand, you know, people got to move on. You know, he said that he saw her mama. The mama was up there, you know, on drugs, you know, and wherever she was. And he was like, I know you don't want to see that, you know, you don't want to hear that, but, you know, it is what it is now. She ain't that far gone, all right? And he feel like he can actually help the mama, you know, and he can put her in rehab, get her some help, and you know what, she can be just as good as new, you know, because he even give an example of somebody else that done got off that thing like that, you know, with his help. And he could do it for her too. And she was just like, okay, well, you know what I got to do to help my mama. And he was just like, I just need to know, you know, basically what Kanan knows about whatever is going on. Okay, Buck20, you know, possibly this drug bust, whatever. Okay, he just need to know what Kanan is talking about. He figuring that if you the girl, maybe Kanan is doing pillow talk or whatever. And so, you know, she looks down and then she was just like, Kanan can't get hurt. And he was just like, oh, no bet. I mean, no problem. He ain't nothing gonna happen to him. Like, wink, wink to his boy in the car. I was just like, oh, Davina. I didn't even think it was gonna happen this damn soon. So she looks down and then she looks up at him and she tells him, well, there's this house. Okay, and he was just like, okay, house, all right, you know, where is it? I was just like, girl, you about to start a mess. Now, we see Kanan, he's at the pizza parlor, playing the video games, him and Jukebox. She's Jukebox right now. And Fame coming there, and he's all excited, like, yeah, I was at the studio with Crown, and, you know, Crown said that he gonna make me a star, and I was in there rapping and doing all of this and doing all of that. And we see Jukebox, she's getting increasingly irritated. Did you guys see how her eyes was darting back and forth when she was playing the video game? I was just like, is that what our eyes do when we play it? It was so alarming. Like, I thought she was about to have an attack or something when I was watching. Anyway, she's playing the game, so the what we could see, the vantage point that we saw was that as if we were in the game and looking at her. And so we could just see her eyes going back and forth or whatever. But anyway, he talking so much, it get on damn Laverne Jukebox nerves. And she was just like, you know what, forget this. And she storms out, and Fame was just like, what's wrong with her? And Kanan was like, well, she been trying to get you know, just a meeting with Crown for the longest, and now here you come in here telling us about this. And he was just like, I was gonna help her, you know, if I got in, I was gonna help her get in too. You know, I guess you couldn't tell Jukebox that because she done already left. So Kanan goes out and chases after her and asks her, you know, are you good? And she was just like, no, I'm not good. Shit, I've been busting my ass. I want to be a singer. Everybody knows it. Like, why is it that I can't get in there and have a damn meeting with Crown? She can't barely get her foot in the fucking door. And Kanan was like, well, kick that shit down then. And she was just like, she about to go do whatever she got to damn do. So she rushes off. She gonna go talk to Lou. Lou is over in the diner that they usually all go to, and she goes in there and she was just like, how you just gonna do your niece like this? You ain't even brought me in there. And he was like, first of all, I didn't do that. That was on Jessica. She's the one that facilitated that whole thing. I didn't have nothing to do with it. But he's telling her, like, you don't even want to be, you know, owing people and being up under people's thumb by asking favors and all that. That ain't what you gonna want either. Well, of course, Jukebox don't want to hear that shit. She want to be a damn singer. And you know you got to be under somebody's thumb if you trying to use their damn studio. So yeah, miss her with that. You know, so, but I like the interaction between her and Lou, because we saw again that Uncle Lou is the one that's got the sense. And now we ain't seeing him just always scowling and pissed the fuck off, because he's just always got that scowl on his face. But when he's talking, he actually has sense. So he's talking to her, and he was just like, you know how your damn daddy is anyway. You know, if I would have helped you, he would have been like, oh, why you in there? Why you got something to do with Jukebox? That's my daughter and something. You know, your damn daddy is ignorant. So he is just like, I'm sorry, but that's, you know, just, it ain't something that I could just do for you. You know, I'm sorry about that. And she just sort of like, damn, you was useless. Okay, like everybody else in my life, including my dad. Well, you know how your dad is, so I'm sorry. So now we see Jukebox is desperate for money, okay, because at least she can pay Crown Camacho to go work in the studio. I guess that's her next, you know, that's her next thing. So she needs some money quick. So she on the phone. She called her crew, like, come on, let's go and hit this lick real quick. I need this money, like, right now. And ain't nobody trying to do it. That shit was too hot last time they did it. The old boy almost got caught. Like, no. You know, plus she had stopped him from beating up the cops. So, you know, they ain't really trying to fuck with her right now. So, no, we not doing it. So she was like, y'all useless too. Like, damn. So she was like, fuck it, I'll go do it myself. So now I was just like, girl, that's not good. That's not a good plan. You at least need one person. You need a lookout, okay? You can't be 3 places at once, not even 2. So, you know, she goes back to that same warehouse. I mean, you know, the same stock and dock. And when they go inside, she runs into the truck and she gets a jacket, gets one of them big polo jackets, and she takes off running. So right when she's looking like she might be in the clear, then here come one of the security guards, like, chasing after her. So she's running up the street. And then when she gets out and look like she got a safe little distance, she kind of slows up to a walk. And then here come another security guard, come jump out and grab her, like, hey, you the one stole that jacket. And then he looking at her. Now we see the security guard, his face all fucked up. So that's how we know that this is the one that the old boy tried to beat up. Well, did beat up. And she stopped him. And so he was like, you look familiar. And then he realizes who she is. And he was just like, you know what? Go on and go. Okay. Let's just call it even now. You can take that damn jacket, but don't do it again. Because next time I'm going to arrest your ass. Okay. So he lets Jukebox go. So she's lucky. So she leaves from there. I'm thinking she doing this to get the money so she can work with Crown Camacho. But no, she takes a jacket over to the girlfriend's house. And she telling the girlfriend, like, what happened and how the security guard let her go. And she was like, well, that's karma. You know, like, you did something good, so something good happened back to you. And I guess Laverne, she's Laverne now, you know, she was feeling so, you know, she was just feeling some kind of way about what happened to her, that she felt like maybe she couldn't sell the jacket. So she ends up giving it to her girlfriend. Like, I want you to have it. And when you wear it, I want you to think of me. And the girl was like, I think about you all the time. So, like, they really are like goo goo gaga for each other, you know, and they start kissing, and, you know, then it started getting hot and heavy, and the girl's trying to get in Laverne's pants, and Laverne was like, I ain't never done this before. And the old girl was just like, don't worry, I have been. I said, I knew you did, oh hot in the pants ass. So, you know, she goes down, she does face in the place. They don't show it to us, obviously. These are teens. We can't be watching teens have sex, you guys. Now, let's jump back over to Marvin. I tell you, every week I'll be like, this is exactly right why Rock don't give him no assignments. So, remember Rock said that they got a new stash. This is where it's going to be. Everything not got to come out the stash house. It needs to be moved over to the new location. So we didn't put Marvin in charge of that. I said, Rock, I don't know why you did that. That sounds like a Lou job to me. But he goes to old boy's house, the one that's the babysitter, the one that plays the video games with Kanan at the safe house, the stash house, I guess you call it. And he was like, come on, we got to go and move these drugs. And he was just like, what? When? He was like, now. We need to move them now. Rock wants us to move these drugs. He was like, my stomach is upset. Like, you know, I can't go. And he was like, no, we gotta go. We gotta go move these drugs. He was like, nigga, my ass is leaking. Do you understand me? I'm not going nowhere. It just closes the door in his face. Now, if that had been Rock, I'm sure he wouldn't have done that. But see, that's how you know don't nobody have no damn respect for Marvin. So he ain't going to move the drugs and the money. And obviously, apparently, Marvin can't do that by himself. So now he still needs some help. Who does the fool go get? Kanan, of all people. When Rock has made it very clear that Kanan is to stay far, far away from that damn house. Especially after they just hit Neek. But Marvin can't seem to put 2 and 2 together to get 4. He gets 18. Shit. So he goes against Kanan and says, we got to go move these damn drugs. And Kanan was even like, my mom said to stay away from there. He was like, I don't care. We're going to go in there. We're going to get it done. It's going to happen real fast. We're only going to be there for a few minutes. It's not going to be nothing. So come on, get in this car. So, you know, Kanan hesitates, but he goes on and gets in the car. So they go to the damn safe house. And when they pull up there, we see that Neek and his boy is like scoping the place out in their car. And they was like, well, damn, that bitch didn't lie. Talking about Davina. Okay. So they over there in the corner in the cut, and they watching Kanan and Marvin. They go in there, and, you know, Marvin's like, okay, so get all these drugs and, you know, get all this and put it in the boxes or whatever, you know, and do all this. So he got Kanan doing everything. And I guess Marvin is the lookout. I don't know what Marvin is doing, child. But after they go and put some shit in the trunk, you know, and Neek and his boy is still looking out in the front, like, damn, what's going on? You know, they see them putting shit in the car and all of this. So then Marvin and Kanan go back inside, and Marvin was like, I'm gonna be back in 20 minutes, okay? You make sure you get all of the rest of this shit together. I was like, and then you gonna leave the boy? And then his instructions are, don't open the door to nobody. I was just like, Lord, you already know where this is going. So Marvin leaves, goes and takes that first delivery of drugs and shit to the new stash house. And, you know, he's all, you know how Marvin is. Like, he the boss, and he the big nigga on campus and all that, you know, punking the store owner or whatever. But while he's over there at the damn new stash, Kanan is at the house by himself, and Neek goes and has his boys kick the door in and, you know, tries to get in there. So one of his boys got his gun on Kanan, okay? It's like, I'm gonna kill you. Now, the rest of Neek's boys is getting the drugs and getting the money, okay? And, you know, putting it inside their van outside. So that's all going up when Marvin finally has the sense enough to go back to the damn house and get the second load. And when he pulls up, he sees them out there getting this shit. He was like, ain't this about a bitch? Like, oh, the fuck, no, they not. So he just guns it. He in this bright red big body Mercedes Benz. Like, those were the cars back there. Like, if you had that car, everybody knew you was a drug dealer if you was young. If you was black too. But anyway, he goes and revs the car and just takes off, and he goes and smashes one of the guys that was putting the drugs and the money and the drugs and shit in the van. And then he just start blasting, bow, 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 just shooting everybody. Okay, nigga, we don't know if Kanan in the van or nothing. He's shooting and shooting and shooting, but the van takes off. All right, so he don't hit nobody other than the one that he done smashed. So he get out the car, he run into the house, and he see that one of them inside got his gun on Kanan. And so he takes off his mask, and he sees one of Neek's boys, and which you should have known anyway. You just hit Neek's drop. Oh my God, Marvin. So anyway, he ends up shooting that guy, you know, distracts him so that he don't shoot Kanan, because he was like, do you know who that is? And he was like, yeah, I know who that is. And he was like, you don't want that. But he ends up shooting and killing the guy. And so Kanan was like, you should have let them go on and kill me, because when my mom find out, and Marvin was like, she not gonna find out. I was just like, now how you gonna hide half y'all damn delivery gone? Okay, I mean, half y'all drugs gone in that truck, because they done got away with half the shit. And Marvin's like, fuck, it's a mess, because he had shot old boy at close range, and it got the black blood and the brain splatter and shit is all over Kanan, because he was right next to Kanan. And so Kanan has that all over him, but Marvin was just like, no, we ain't gonna tell her nothing. You gonna clean this shit up, you know, we gonna get rid of everything, and I guess he gonna try to get these damn drugs back. I was like, ooh, when Rock finds out, oh my God, what is she gonna do to Marvin? But whatever, I guess he cleans up everything. He rushes on home. He got his big jacket on when he goes in the door. You know, Rock is in there, but she doesn't really pay attention to when he comes in. He goes straight to his room, takes off his clothes, okay, and puts on some new clothes, you know, some fresh clothes. And, you know, she says something to him. Oh, I think that he had to go to class. So I think she was gonna like, I'll take you to your class. While they're in the car, she was like, I know you like Symphony, okay? Don't fake the funk. You know, he's a good dude and he's trying, and, you know, I'm just saying at least give him a chance. Kanan was just like, I mean, he all right. He just different. He like weird, not used to what he used to. And she's like, sometimes different is good. But she reassures him like, this, come on, Kanan, it's still me and you against the world. Nobody is ever going to come between that. All right. So she tells him that before he gets out the car and goes inside the class. And he goes inside to his class. Who should be the teacher but surprise, surprise, Symphony. That shit almost scared me. Like, I was like, what is he doing? I mean, and looking good doing it too. I was like, come on, Symphony, and this damn intellectual look. I was like, okay, but yeah. Symphony is the teacher, and the classes is something on like architectural building structures in the city or something like that. So, you know, he sees Kanan, and he don't make no big deal. Hey, Kanan, okay, glad you joined us. Have a seat. Gives him like the syllabus or whatever. And Kanan is looking like, am I in the fucking Twilight Zone? Like, what is happening here? Why is Symphony here? I don't even know if Rock knows that Symphony is the teacher for Kanan at this school, but Speaking of Rock is back at home, and she's just cleaning up, and she cleans up in Kanan's room, and just folding up clothes and putting shit away and all that. You know how messy teen boys can be. And then she goes under the bed, and then she just sees his clothes balled up with the blood on it that he had on. It's, and you can tell that the blood is fairly fresh. She pulls the clothes out and she looks at it like, oh my God, what has this boy got himself into? Okay, and I was like, oh my God, Kanan, you're so great. Now, you done got the damn safe house told on by talking to Davina, and now you done just put your damn clothes in the ball under the bed. When there's some shit like that, you needed to take that shit with you. Put it in your backpack and go put it in the trash at school. Or burn that shit or put it under your damn mattress or something. Just don't leave it out for everybody to find. I was just like, bless Kanan heart. He young, so he ain't got no damn sense, but he gonna get Rocky and himself killed. All right, you guys, let me get on off of here, get these edited, and up to you. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.